In today's episode of Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures, we talk about a cinematic masterpiece of a song, a masterwork, if you will.
I try with no avail to talk Bill through his Stockholm Syndrome for a terrible song.
And we talk about this incredible song that was so powerful, it blew all the manhole covers off the ground in the city of Buffalo.
This is our begrudging take on Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls as part of our first installment of Hate Month. Okay, Bill, as we have just surpassed our 4-year anniversary of our very first release, we are going to try something new to keep things fresh, to appeal to the hip kids, shake it up a little bit.
We're keeping it real here.
Yes.
And I know I've heard from a few listeners who really like it when we're at odds with each other over a song.
Yeah, if there's any criticism that people give Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures, it's that we just fanboy over songs and agree with each other too much.
Right. So you came up with this idea.
Yes. We are trying something called Hate Month, where the hosts of the show pick a song that the other host hates. So we're going to have at least 4 episodes going back and forth. We might throw in a couple of guests, but we're going to be talking about songs that at least one person at the table hates.
Okay. I'm so honored to get to choose the first song.
Yeah, I don't like that you draw first blood here, but I prepared myself for this. It was a little bit of a sleepless night last night, but I think I'm ready for this.
And I hope we can keep that sleepless night going when we record this episode over the next 5 hours, Frank. Today's episode is featuring the iconic, the eternally radiant, world-shattering, record-breaking song of the late 90s. How'd I do there, Frank? I think I got lost in all the accolades I was giving it.
Well, what I love about the accolades that you were giving it is the level of vague hyperbole is only surpassed by the lyrics of the song.
Oh, you're incredible. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
I will say that with you picking this song, it really allowed me to lean into something that I do very well, and that's not research.
Yeah. Tell me, Frank, about your research.
I did look up some stuff on the song and the band, but predominantly I was typing into ChatGPT for comments about how terrible the song is.
While you were doing that, I was just diving into the world of Iris, and there's so much information.
So do you regret the amount of time you spent this week just listening and researching this song? Time that could have been better spent, I don't know, learning a hobby or spending time with your family or maybe doing something productive.
Like an angel who chooses to fall to earth, if only to have one moment with the person he loves. I also do not regret taking all this time to learn and just luxuriate in the sounds of this song I love, Frank.
I'm just going to get so angry today.
You
aren't
are.
I?
So I thought I would start by quoting someone other than me about how great this song is. And so I'm just going to read this for you, and then you can let me know what you think. This person said that this song is arguably one of the greatest songs ever written.
Was that Johnny Resnick? Did Johnny Resnick say that about his own song?
No, it was Taylor Swift.
Oh, no. Oh, Taylor, no.
Yeah. And she performed it in 2011 with Johnny Resnick during, I don't know, was it the 1989 tour? Possibly. Anyways, let's play a little clip from it here. Okay, Frank. So now that we've thrown you off your game, I knew this would work. So next up, I mean, this is probably easier for you to handle. Did you know Avril Lavigne had this as her wedding song when she married the guy from Sum 41?
Yes, I read that. Yeah.
Did you know Demi Lovato actually got the Goo Goo Dolls to play this for her wedding song just, I think, last year?
I didn't know that, but doesn't surprise me.
Okay, all right. Did you also know, Frank, that Carly Rae Jepsen...
Okay, that's a filthy lie. You are lying. You are lying. There's no way.
I just wanted to complete my sentence here that Carly Rae Jepsen's song, Call Me Maybe, has finally streamed so many times that it's in the diamond streaming category. It's streamed over 1 billion.
Yeah.
And so it's actually joined Iris, which was already there. So there you go, Frank. So we have Taylor Swift singing the praises of it and Carly Rae Jepsen kind of being in the same league with it.
Oh my goodness. This is just infuriating. I hate the idea of hate month now.
Oh, I'm so happy. And our listeners don't know this, but you tried to pretend that you didn't realize this wasn't recording on our first take through this. Nice try.
I was so looking forward to just a blank episode that gets released.
Okay, so I know you want us to get to the song, but before we do that, I just want to read you some lines from other Goo Goo Dolls songs because I realized this week that I not only love Iris,
Oh my goodness, seriously?
I love so many songs by the Goo Goo Dolls. And so I'm going to read you a couple of these. And the reason I'm doing this is for our listeners mostly. I'm not sure about you right now, but Johnny Resnick said that the important thing when you're writing lyrics is to make sure that a philosophical truth is in there, something that's universal to the experience. I believe it's called verisimilitude, something like that. Here it is for you. This is from Slide. What you feel is what you are, and what you are is beautiful. Are you tearing up there? That's pretty meaningful, huh? Okay, next up.
I'm tearing up because that's akin to diving into the shallow end of a pool and smashing your head off the bottom. That's how deep those lyrics are. They're so shallow.
Wow. Okay. We grew up way too fast, and now there's nothing to believe, and reruns all become our history. That's from Name. You can't argue that one. That's a great one.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Next up, Better Days, a later single. So take these words and sing out loud, 'cause everyone is forgiven now, 'cause tonight's the night the world begins again. You know, I really appreciate almost the sort of Christian feel I get from the Goo Goo Dolls stuff, Frank.
I love how incredibly vague that it is, that there's actually no definition to anything that they sing. They just throw out these huge platitudes that mean absolutely nothing. There's nothing to say around it. Oh, it just infuriates me that you are quoting this and actually enjoying it.
Frank, all I want is for you to feel this way, to feel this close.
No, you're quoting Toad the Wet Sprocket now, and that's not cool.
You're hoisted on your own petard, Frank. Hoisted. All right. Let's talk then history of the Goo Goo Dolls. And before we do that, Frank, and I know you're so upset because you just want to race through this, I want to talk about our good friends across the border from where we live. Our first experience with America is through Buffalo.
Yeah.
And Buffalonians, I think that's the proper term,
Sure.
are great people. They brought us buffalo wings.
That's true.
They brought us a football team that helped hockey fans be able to understand here that they could have kin over there. So our desire for the Maple Leafs to win the cup is the same as the Buffalo Bills' desire to win the Super Bowl. Oh, you're not a Bills fan,
No,
are you?
I hate the Bills.
Oh.
And there's reason for that.
Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's
Do you
right.
want to hear?
I could hear it again.
Yeah. So shocking to most people who listen to this, I was bullied a little bit when I was in high school. This is before I went to the same school as Bill. And all the kids that bullied me all wore Buffalo Bills clothing, jerseys, hats, jackets, the whole 9 yards. So I learned to hate the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Very good, Frank. Guess who else got bullied when he was a kid? John Resnick of the Goo Goo Dolls. Born in East Buffalo, tough end of town, you know? And he also found that that he struggled as well, as you and I have both struggled. So there's another thing we have in common with him. He also said he wasn't great at sports, so he went to music because he wanted to meet girls.
Seems like a bit of a shallow move, but
But yeah, who are we to judge?
I can understand why he was bullied, perhaps. I mean, he was a 35-year-old with frosted tips, so...
Wait a second. You were a 35-year-old with frosted tips.
I was 33 when I stopped frosting them.
Okay. Anyways, back to this buffalo. I love the sort of spirit of buffalo in the sense that the people there will tell it like it is, and the sort of rough and tumble nature of the city. And you could hear that in those early Goo Goo Dolls albums, can't you, Frank?
In the early albums, they were a punk band.
Totally.
Their first, 3 or 4 albums were considered punk albums?
Yeah.
And then they turned their back on their fan base and started producing this drivel.
And this is what we're all about here, right?
Drivel?
No, we're about sort of redeeming these things where people are trying to put guilt on stuff like this. But don't worry. You and me, Frank, we're taking it away today.
Well, you are.
Everyone's forgiven now, Frank.
Oh, my goodness.
All I want is you to feel the same way, Frank.
This might be our last episode.
It might be. How are you liking this hate month idea right now?
I hate this so much.
So the story of the Goo Goo Dolls begins, of course, in Buffalo. And it involves 3 people in the band. Frank, did you do any research on this? Do you have the names of the original?
Nope.
3? Okay. So we have the original lead singer and bassist who's still in it, Robbie Takak. Took me a while to get pronunciations right, but there's a Buffalo sort of pronunciation beyond what the Google was giving me.
Yeah.
You have Johnny Resnick. Is it Johnny or John? I like Johnny.
I think he was predominantly known as Johnny.
Okay. Johnny Resnick, who's doing guitars and sometimes vocals back then.
Yep.
And then you also had the drummer who was...
Drumming.
Okay. George Tatuska. Now, he does end up being fired from the band just before the release of A Boy Named Goo. And there's a lot of acrimonious stuff there between the band about that, at least between the drummer and the other 2.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the original albums there. You have that first debut album, which is, I mean, it's on, your streaming services, but it didn't sell like crazy because it was a local band. We would hear about it, I think, when we were in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd show up in the newspaper and stuff that they'd be coming around because it was the local scene, right?
Yeah, I knew about the Goo Goo Dolls before their first big album came out. And that would be A Boy Named Goo in 95, I think that's when it came out.
And that's their 5th album.
Yeah.
So they had 2 albums in the 80s that were pretty much the sort of punk rock thing, but were punk and indie sort of thing. They even did a lot of covers. They did Don't Fear the Reaper. They did some Prince songs where they brought a guy in from the Buffalo scene to do those songs. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Do you know what else is really cool? Did you read what their original name was?
Well, I did. And then I found out that it was the name of a song on their 2nd album. Doesn't really make it any better, but there's kind of an open question about whether that was ever their name or someone just put it on the...
Or the original name of the band was called The Sex Maggots.
Yeah. Well, good thing they didn't go with that name, huh? We wouldn't be able to do it in the podcast, and you wouldn't be able to sit here and listen to me talk about Iris for the next 4 hours. But they changed it to Goo Goo Dolls because Johnny Resnick is looking at the True Detective sort of magazine. It was one of those true crime magazines, and they had an advertisement for a Goo Goo Doll in there, and they needed a name for the band. And that's what they chose. Oh man, you know who did that before? This band I really like called Toad the Wet Sprocket, where at the last moment they had to come up with a name for the band.
No, but they stuck with their name because they didn't pick a name that was garbage.
That's right. Goo Goo Dolls.
The Goo Goo Dolls initially picked a name called The Sex Maggots.
Well, it's an open question because I believe it is a song on the 2nd album.
Oh, it's also a quote that Johnny Resnick gave. We had a gig that night and we needed a name. It's the best we came up with, and for some reason, it stuck.
That's the Goo Goo Dolls.
No, that's of The Sex Maggots.
Are you looking at ChatGPT, Frank?
No, I'm looking at Songfacts.
You sure?
Yeah, because later on he says, if I had 5 more minutes, I definitely would have picked a better name.
All right, I don't want to cause a fight here, but I would be willing to bet you another cup of coffee in the future that he's talking about the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, okay, I see I got that wrong. So Johnny Resnick doesn't even like the name of his own band.
No.
Is what I'm hearing.
No, he doesn't. So the Goo thing, well, it got him in trouble because they came out with the album A Boy Named Goo. That was their 5th album. And that was a play on the Boy Named Sue.
Yeah.
From Johnny Cash. But because the boy was covered in like blueberries on the cover, Walmart thought it was blood and wouldn't put the album out. And then there was a whole big thing about it. And then Walmart did put the album back out on the shelves. I really like that album. Actually, I started listening through all the albums. I worked my way all the way up to this one. The first couple were tough for me because I'm not really much into the punk indie scene. But by the time we got to the Superstar Car Wash, I was starting to like it. And Boy Named Goo, I really like that. And then, oh my goodness, then we get to this, Frank. It's so good.
I actually, and this is an admission here, I owned a Boy Named Goo because of their sort of street cred before that. And when it came out, and, you know, I didn't listen to the entire album before I bought it. So I bought it and listened to it for about a month. And I'm like, oh, this really isn't that good.
Do you still have it? Because I'll take it.
No, I sold it at one of the used CD places back in the 90s.
Oh, man. That could be worth something right now, Frank.
Well, it was worth $2 back then, so...
All right, so I guess that, I mean, we were moving kind of fast through this. I mean, we could talk a lot about...
Faster the better.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to talk through the history of the Goo Goo Dolls. I mean, they end up doing quite well with the fifth album, A Boy Named Goo.
Yeah.
And it's not till like the third or fourth single, which is Name, that things really start to go crazy for them.
Yeah.
And then that song does really, really well. And unfortunately, they don't make any money off of it because they're in a bad record deal, which happens with young bands all the time. Mm-hmm. And so Johnny Resnick had started writing a lot more. He's still kind of the co-lead singer. It reminds me of Verge Overkill, where you have the two singers, but really it's the guy we know for all those singles.
Yes.
In this case, they don't have any money. Johnny Resnick is starting to go into a divorce. Like they're separating, he and his wife. So he ends up living in a hotel in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he's depressed. And the record company wants him to write another song like Name. He's going through writer's block because it's tough. You've suddenly made it. But the band, up until this point, had a certain sort of cachet, right? And they're moving in another direction, like pop rock. It's making the money. But he also has the struggle of feeling he may have betrayed the cause. He also is feeling out of love. Everything's falling apart. He's all out of love, Frank. He's so lost without her.
Actually, I heard that song the other day on the radio.
Yeah.
It made me super happy.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you can carry that on into this episode.
Yeah, well, no.
Anyways, Johnny Resnick is almost thinking about leaving the band and just quitting. And I know, Frank, you're grateful he didn't. So what happens is he gets a call from a guy named Danny, whose last name I forget. I'd make it up. Danny Sampson, let's say.
Danny Jerlinski.
Okay. He calls him up and says, hey, would you be interested in writing a song for a movie? And so that leads us to this moment where we get Johnny Resnick watching, I think, a clip or the entire movie, but without any music, to City of Angels with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Did you watch that movie?
Well, you know what I did? I knew parts about it.
Yeah.
And so I instead today just watched clips from the movie because I knew I couldn't bear to watch the whole thing.
No, it seems unwatchable.
Yeah, and I watched the clip where this song was used, and I also watched the ending.
Okay.
Just to get it over with.
Yeah.
Anyways, he used what clips he saw for writing this, but he also was very familiar with the Wim Wenders movie Wings of Desire, which was what this movie's based on, and he loved it. He didn't like this one so much. So he says now. I'll tell you a story in a moment about it.
Oh, poor Johnny. Don't like the movie that you were asked to write a song for that made you millions of dollars.
Okay. Yes. Well, anyway, so he watches Wings of Desire, and while he's watching Wings of Desire, he's also scribbling down ideas. So this song is
Shallow ideas, yes. Go on.
This song is actually inspired by not just City of Angels, but more likely Wings of Desire, which was the much artier of the movies.
Yeah.
And so I did not watch City of Angels, and I also did not watch Wings of Desire, despite our good friend Chris Newkirk lending it to me and saying, this is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I put it on, and I just hadn't drank enough coffee, and it was too late for me to watch it. I was too tired, and I really need to try it again. And I did watch clips of that, and I watched the ending of that one as well.
Oh, okay.
And it is much better than City of Angels.
Well, it's amazing in that one when the angel saves George Bailey and the saving his loans, right?
That's right. And yeah, and that angel got his wings, but these ones are tossing their wings aside. Well, this song does really, really well.
It does pretty good.
The director, like you, did not like the song at all and said this does not work for the movie. So they made Johnny Resnick go back into the studio and do another version of this where it was a less, what's the word I'm looking for?
Sad Bastard song?
No, more Sad Bastard.
Oh,
So it was less maximalist or less
Okay.
less triumphant, even though, there's no strings and big guitars in the version you hear in the movie.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So I think we've covered it. I mean, we can talk more about the recording of it.
Well, we can also talk about how he came up with the title of the...
Yes. Well, he didn't have a title for it like he didn't have a title for his band.
Yeah. He said that he was trying to be pretentious and arty by calling it Irish. And he said, I figured if Billy Corgan can get away with it, so can I. So I figured, what the hell? I'll tap into the pretentious market.
And I love this about him. He's totally straightforward about
That
things.
he's pretentious. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. This is exactly what we want here.
This is what we're accused of. They say, oh, you're so arty, Bill and Frank. Why aren't you doing
No one
songs like
says
you do? Oh, man. Do you know who Iris Dement is? Or Dementi? Dementi? Do you know?
Yeah, she was a country singer.
Yeah. I think she's still alive. Have you heard any of her songs?
No.
I'm going to play for you just 2 snippets just to kind of cleanse the palate for you. I know you're struggling.
Perfect.
Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town? He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. But he's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on...
All right, Frank, you were just saying to me when you listened to some of this that this was your type of...
That 100% is my type of country.
Yeah.
I love that. That is so it's
good.
witty, it's fun,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Doesn't feel pretentious at all, does it?
No, but Johnny Resnick does.
Oh, man. So he names it Iris.
Yeah.
When he gets to the studio, Rob Cavallo, who's the producer,
Yeah.
his dad is also involved in this soundtrack as well. He says, we got to put strings to this. Johnny Resnick doesn't want to do this, but he said, just listen to it and you're going to find out. And of course, once he hears it, he knew it was the point of no return.
Yeah.
That the band was no longer ever going to be what they were before.
Yeah.
That it had to go in this direction. And I mean, no matter how you might feel about it, financially, as he says, my kid can now go to college because
Fancy boarding schools.
yeah, he can go to because now there's you can do the college fund set up on the residuals from this. I have this feeling they never make quite as much money as I think they should be on a song like this.
They probably signed on to their current record deal or whatever record deal at the time after that sort of heyday of the early to mid 90s, because now you have digital pirating going on when you're burning CDs and MP3s and Napsters coming out and all of that other sort of stuff. So the industry is changing so that artists aren't making as much money because sales are going way down.
So this is 1998, and he did say, oh, sales were great, and then Napster shows up just around now or a year later, I think. And so you're right. But in the streaming era, this has done over 1 billion streams. So he is making good money. I mean, he's doing, and Johnny Resnick is the sole writer of this song, and it's gone well. And I think it's important for us to talk about why it's so great, and that would be us jumping into the lyrics.
Into the
I
song?
think. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking through the couple pages I have of notes here, Frank. I know. Let's see. It's apparently in 4/4 and 6/8 time signatures, but I heard someone say it was actually in 3/4.
It's in 3/4 time.
Now, I always thought 6/8 and 3/4 was just like 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other.
Yeah. Well, so do I. I don't know what the difference is.
I do know that Piano Man and Sweet Baby Jane's have the same time signature. And if you think about those songs and think of parts of Iris, they do sound very similar. So I'm not cool with Billy Joel and James Taylor trying to copy the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh my goodness.
I knew you'd do that. I have more to say, but I'm going to save it for later. Actually, just 2 YouTube users, Frank, before we jump into the song so we can really enjoy it.
Quoting yourself as a YouTube user is, it's not cool, Bill.
I know. Here we go. YouTube user OXX5892 said the following. Iris isn't just a song. It's a feeling you never forget.
Oh my goodness.
All right, even better. This is for one of the covers, and we'll talk about covers later. At Z26TY says, when you're happy, you enjoy the music. Ready for this, Frank? When you're sad, you understand it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we talk about the song proper. All right, Frank, how'd you feel hearing that mandolin? Because I brought up the mandolin before because I came up with a playlist of mandolin music, and that's when I realized Iris was one of the best-selling mandolin-forward songs of all time.
Yeah, okay. What I love about the mandolin is when Toad the Wet Sprocket did it 7 years earlier.
I love when Bruce Hornsby did it. Of course, he never had a mandolin in that Mandolin Rain song,
No.
but I could hear it.
Exactly. 2 things right off the bat. The mandolin and the overuse of the cello,
Yeah.
about 5 years late at this point.
Oh, overuse. Wow. Do you know the guy who did the cello and strings was Beck's dad?
So, Beck's dad can make bad decisions too.
The mandolin and the electric guitar in the song is by one guy named Tim Pierce, who, if you go to his website, or actually just the Wikipedia page, you scroll forever. He's played on everything.
Yeah.
So they brought in the big guns for this. So it'll state the Goo Goo Dolls as the players, but this is a studio effort.
Because it's overproduced. Yep.
This is big LA. I don't believe Bill and Frank have an over when we talk about production. And I think we can
That's
agree
true.
on that.
What kills me the most, and I mentioned this to you before we started the recording, is this is the type of song that I am usually all about.
Yeah.
But this song just annoys me so much.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, let's see. Maybe when we get to these lyrics, you'll change your mind. Okay, I just want to give you a Johnny Resnick quote as he was thinking about Nicolas Cage's Angel. Oh, we didn't talk about the plot of the movie, just in case.
No, it's okay. We don't need to.
The angel needs to fall down to earth so he can be with the woman he loves. But I guess they've never really got a chance to know each other that well.
Yeah,
except
so it's
when
creepy that way.
Well, he's wooing her using his angel devices.
Yeah,
Not really
which is-
fair. Yeah.
Not cool.
I believe in the sort of angel human manual because I've had training on this as a worker. This would be an inappropriate relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a power dynamic.
Yeah,
there
you don't
that
want
is
work
not good.
relationships like this.
No.
Okay. So he said, though, Nicolas Cage wants to feel so bad, even if it feels so bad. You catch that there? He wants to feel so bad, even if it feels so bad.
I have a quote here about
Yeah.
the writing of the song.
Yeah.
Iris sounds like it was written by someone who just discovered feelings and wanted the world to know about it without explaining any of it. It's a musical version of sighing dramatically in a corner, hoping someone asks, "What's wrong?"
Well, Frank, if I was an angel and then I fell down to earth, you know what the thing is? This is new to this angel. He's got to speak the truth. And so let's read it. And
How come you're not asking me what's wrong, Bill?
Oh, I thought you were just making weird sounds. What's
No.
wrong, Frank?
This song is terrible. That's what's wrong.
Okay. Here we go. Verse 1. And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't want to miss you tonight.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight.
Oh man, Frank, can't you feel it? Like, this is sort of like those early feelings of love that a teenager has. They don't know how to express it, but when they do, they can only express it in what seems like cliche, but it's not cliche when you're a teenager or a new human who was once an angel. All these feelings are new and fresh, and they're still real. Hey, Frank?
What I love about ChatGPT is it's giving me so many good lines.
Yeah.
It's saying subtlety has left the building at this point. The line, "You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be."
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a paradox.
It's a line that's been whispered into the abyss by 15-year-olds staring out a rainy bus window. We get it. She's amazing. You're damaged. Revolutionary.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I have the name right. Mark Kelly, was he an astronaut?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, well, his wife was a senator who I think was like shot or something in a horrible thing that happened in the States. Like, because, you know, the
Way to
political
bring
times.
up tragedy here, Bill.
I know, but she survived, and he gave her a ring, and inscribed in the ring is, "You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be." And it came from an astronaut who, of course, was up in the heaven. So I'm going to read you a quote from City of Angels towards the end. Seth, the angel, that's Nicolas Cage, says, "I would rather have had one breath of her hair, one kiss of her mouth, one touch of her hand, than eternity without it. One."
You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go.
So we got the paradox, right? Closest to heaven that I'll ever be, but Frank, he's an angel. The only way he can get close to heaven is to get down to earth with us. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life, and sooner or later it's over. So within that first verse, you get a sense of this movie too, where they recognize that being alive or being a human also means you're confronting death, where the angels don't have this. It's pretty powerful stuff for people who feel.
Vague declarations and overwrought sentimentality.
I just want our listeners to tell me that Frank stating this thing about vague things and sentimentality, is this fair for all the songs that we have celebrated and defended over the last 4 years?
No, those songs were amazing.
I gotta tell you, most millennials, I think would be millennials. Millennials means they kind of come of age in the millennium, right? So they're born in the 80s. This is their song. They love it. Taylor Swift, of course, loves it because she would have been 7 or 8 when this comes out, I believe. And then you have all these other people who love it now because they grew up in it. So if you're born in 89, 90, I think this song is huge for you.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Let's hit up chorus. It's a little lighter this time compared to where it's going to go later. And I don't want the world to see me, because I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
I'm just wondering which teenager's diary he stole that line from. I've told you that story. I was 16 years old. I called my dad out saying, "You don't understand my music and you don't understand me." And how many times I have apologized to my parents for my behavior as a teenager.
Yeah.
That's what this is. No one understands me. Oh no, life's so difficult.
Well, you know, it is a universal feeling. And we often do songs that are, you know, made by teenagers or people who are still in that sort of world. Now, he's older, but I feel like for him, he's in the midst of separation, right?
Yeah.
So things are up in the air. So there is a sense that everything's made to be broken, that in his own personal life, things aren't coming together. And so there is a sense that we are in this sort of fallen world where everything keeps breaking. And there's one true thing there. He's trying to picture that as he writes it. Oh, I know why that's sunk deep, Frank. I could see a little quiver and a shift in your heart there.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I feel like it would grow a couple sizes bigger if you hadn't dug a moat around it and covered it in like that horrible armor that you have there.
I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand. But I just want you to know who I am. A little bit of a contradiction there, isn't it? Because he doesn't want anyone to know him.
Well, Frank, it's all about the all to the one, right? So the world itself is out there.
She's not part of that world, so she's not part of the all.
That's right. She's not part of that world. You're right. It's he and her against the world sort of thing, which is often
I
with
don't
the
think
lovers.
it's that at all. I think it's just really garbage songwriting.
Well, I think it connects to Name, the earlier Goo Goo Dolls song from that album you bought, where he says, I won't tell anyone your name. I'm going to keep it to myself. So it's that I won't tell anyone.
Okay, so he's possessive. Okay, that's cool.
Well, it was actually
So
about...
he's just like, all right, you're mine. That's it. So I'm not going to tell anyone your name because I own you. All right, that's cool. If those are the types of people that you want to champion here, Bill, that's
Sure.
fine. You do
Sure.
that.
Okay. Or he could just be saying, you're safe here with me.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Okay. I just want you to know that for the next 4 years of recording our podcast, I will be quoting you from this episode when you try to champion songs that also speak similar truths.
No, but the songs that I choose to champion are amazing.
I am going to not unbreak your heart. I am going to break your heart. So,
Is that a little precursor for next week?
Yeah, I can't wait. So, all right, well, I think we've covered that. I mean, I do want to talk about Name a little bit more, but I see you're not ready to.
Yeah, I think we should stick to one garbage song and not two.
Okay, well, next up, we get a bit of an instrumental break, I believe, which is wonderful. Wonderful for you because you don't like his voice.
Yeah, its voice is a little gravelly, nasally, and well, then I don't have to listen to the lyrics too, right? So there's that.
All right. Verse 2. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive.
And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming. All the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive.
All right, Frank, I'm loving this, but you are somehow angrier than you were in the previous chorus and verse. So tell me, Frank, why do you hate this greatness?
Advocating for self-harm?
Oh, I knew you'd go there. I thought that too. That I wasn't cool with that either, although I don't think he means it in the way that it can be taken. But in the late 90s and early 2000s, this was a thing, this sort of bleeding. Cut myself into pieces. This is my last resort. Sort of
Yeah.
the Papa Roach. I know you're a big Papa Roach fan.
Actually, they were playing in a festival because I was just in Quebec and they were playing in Sherbrooke.
Yeah.
And I saw it on the poster. Like, I haven't heard about Papa Roach in decades. And apparently they were playing at this festival.
Well, I'm glad they're still with us. The idea of bleeding to know you're alive is the sort of sense for at least the plot of the movie is the angels don't bleed.
I like
right?
that you're using the plot of a movie
Yeah.
that you haven't seen and you don't want to see because it's a garbage movie to back up the lyrics of this song.
Well, I gotta say, the thing I love about it is the line before that. When everything feels like the movies. And it goes back to this other song from that album you had called Name. And it talks about reruns becoming our history. I quoted earlier. I know there's a listener out there who said that's so true, where that becomes our history. And being in the 90s, movies are out all the time. And when your life feels like the movies, this is kind of shaking yourself out of it. And it's tricky because so much of the song is cinematic, but it's also calling out movies. I believe the kids call it, Frank, kind of meta.
But I think it's also trivializing things.
Okay.
Everyone has that vague sort of sentiment, just like, oh, my life just feels like a movie. Like, what does that even mean?
Well, it depends.
Like, what kind of movie? There's all sorts of different types of, like, are we talking a horror movie or a drama or a comedy, or be a little more specific here?
I think it's a romantic dramedy, more likely just a romance, maybe with a bit of a thriller aspect to it.
I would say the overwhelming majority of movies have happy endings, right? So my life feels like a movie. Okay, so everything's going to turn out great in the end. If you know that your life is like a movie, you know that the ending's going to be good. So why are you so melodramatic and sad teenagery here, Johnny Resnick?
Maybe he feels like one of the supporting characters in those movies that never makes it out. Like all of Clint Eastwood's sidekicks in those Dirty Harry movies.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
always get killed. Oh, man. So we get back to chorus 2 after this, and it's a little more punched up, right? And I don't want the world to see me because I don't think they'd understand. We already know about this. But what I really want to talk about is that shocking instrumental break. It's not really a break. It's a whole other part of
Well,
the
it's a
song.
whole nother song.
It's a minute and a half
Yeah.
So you have kind of the soft build, which is about maybe, I don't know, 15, 16 seconds. And then the big interlude goes for almost a full minute, 2:16 to 3:13, where it goes da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-da-da, da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-da-da. That's my cello. And then
I like that you're doing all the work here to make people like this song even less.
and then back to interlude for 15 seconds. Man, all the feels are there. You are just holding your hands up to the air. But you really do care, Frank. Because
you know what? The instrumentation in that break, halfway through the song, they're like, oh, wait, we're a rock band. But it's too late at that point.
Oh, Frank.
Everyone's forgotten that.
Well, this is the thing, that it's a bit of a surprise they give to the listener.
The emotional manipulation. Yes, absolutely.
Well, this is what I'm all in for. If you're going to manipulate me, you better make it something that's going to make me feel all those things, and then give that sort of release that this song does. You have that instrumental sort of break, right? But it's just a break. You don't realize it because it feels like it's the end of the song. Like, oh, it's the end.
And that's what makes me so happy. And then it makes me more angry because I get that overly wrought, overly emotional chorus towards the ending. Just the, oh.
Okay. Well, anyways, or you're me working at the boot shop and I'm stacking those shoe boxes and the song's ending like, oh man, I can't believe this song's ending. I really like it. And then here it is, the big chorus. And I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. And then it just goes and goes and we're in heaven, which is kind of, I guess it would be kind of ironic. Because he comes down to earth to be with her, but the song lifts you back up to heaven. The very opposite action of what's going on in the movies. For us, the listener, it's sending us back up there. Maybe to become human is to ascend to those heights. It's theological, Frank.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
And you know what? Actually, the ending chorus is dramatic just for the sake of drama.
That's right. For what else would it be the sake of?
It's catchy, whatever. It's emotional, but is it good? No. It's a hostage situation, this song. This song was played all over the place. It was in the background of everything in the late 90s. And I think, Bill, you are probably suffering from Stockholm Syndrome.
No, because I sought this song back out. I love this song. It is so good. It's so fun to listen to and to be a part of. And, you know, I would really like to hear from our listeners about this, what they feel. Because I know I talked to a couple friends. I asked for people to send me a audiogram so I can play it for you, which I got none in return. But I did ask.
Because
I asked one person today.
No one's going to go on record saying that they like this song.
Yeah, so I had one person, our friend Mike V, who's been on a few times, talked about how much he couldn't stand this song. Our friend Dr. Andrew, I asked him to talk about it, and he said, ooh, I don't know. You just said goo. I don't think I can do it. Like, unbelievable. But then I talked to our friend Liz, who was on the episode for Lionel Richie. She just put in capitals, love it.
Oh, Liz.
Yeah. And then, do you recall when we were on our rotor and our good friend Tom talked about how much he liked this song?
No.
And the look on your face when he was saying, oh, they pulled it off. They had all the instruments. They had this. I don't like the band, but man, on that song, they did it. And I saw the look on your face.
Was it similar to the look that's been on my face this entire episode?
It was, and you were just shocked. So we're kind of 50-50 here on people who like or dislike the song, except for the billion people who listen to it on Spotify and all the other streaming sites. And Taylor Swift. But you're not a big Taylor Swift fan, are you, Frank?
Yes.
I knew I'd get to it. Or Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Okay, Toad the Wet Sprocket has not gone on record on this song at all, have they?
If you're willing to spend $200 for the meet and greet when we go see them in a few weeks, maybe we could ask them.
Am I spending the $200 for you too as well?
Oh, man. No, you just ask them. I'll have a list of questions.
Okay.
All right, Frank, we've covered this song. Let's talk about the video.
Oh, you mean steampunk?
Yeah, it did have that feel to it, huh? I
Yeah.
felt like I was in the cameo video that we talked about earlier, or the, what was that? I Can Dream About You, that movie.
Well,
That movie is steampunk, right?
no, it's
Streets
more
of Fire?
Yeah, that's more post-apocalyptic. Like this is like with the gears and the bent telescopes and the watchtower and all that other sort of stuff. It was, oh my goodness, I don't know what was going on there.
He's supposed to be an agoraphobic guy on top of a tower who's watching the world, but I don't feel the video really captured it.
No, he was wearing a petticoat, wasn't he?
He looked pretty cool.
Did he? With his frosted tips?
I gotta tell you, like he's got like a haircut that looks like you'd have to spend $100 every day to get it just right.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine waking up with a bedhead and then somehow getting it to look the way it does.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some hair envy there. And this is why I have a bedhead of at least 2 days right now going on, hoping to do my best Johnny Resnick. This is an aside, but I did not like the Goo Goo Dolls in the 90s. It's taken me 30 years to come around to this.
Yeah.
And I really do like the Goo Goo Dolls.
I think we probably passed each other on the way somewhere.
I think so, yeah. But he was on Much Music. I was so angry about this interview. It was George Strombo interviewing him about Iris. And he said to Strombo, he said, "Hey, you got a girl?" Strombo's like, "Yeah, you got to bring her to this movie. She's going to love it."
Oh my goodness.
And then years later, I found out he's like, it wasn't a very good movie. I'm like, John, what's going on here?
It was part of the machine, part of that steampunk machine that he was just cranking gears.
Oh, man. So I'm not a big fan of the video. I mean, at least they reused it for the slide video. I think they used the same tunnel to do the slide. But there's another video that I'm going to post in the show notes from 2004. And it was on the 4th of July in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw any of this, Frank, but it rained that day. And the rain was crazy. And so they set up this sort of special Goo Goo Dolls event in Buffalo. And it was a real big deal. They had to fight with the city over getting enough facilities there and all that. And it just kept pouring rain. So much so that the people at the front had like water like past their ankles, getting up to their knees. It was crazy. But when you have that much water in a place full of wires, sometimes not the safest thing. Yeah. And so in the video, when you see the crowd, it looks like they all stayed. The rain is pouring down. They're playing Iris, and they're all singing along with them. Now, you're going to really like this because of you're more into the trades background than I am. Mm-hmm. But Johnny Resnick, before they made it as a band, he was in college to become a plumber. And so I'm going to read to you what he had to say about the day. He said, "Buffalo is a very old city, and they have something that's called a combination sewer, which means not only does it carry the wastewater, it also carries all the bad stuff that needs to go out. So you have all this methane inside these sewer pipes. So much water filled up the sewer that it concentrated the methane gas at the top where there was air. So it was mostly methane. And there was a spark inside because they also run electrical wires through these sewer pipes. And so there was a spark and it ignited all the methane and boom, boom, boom. These sewer manhole covers were flying in the air and it felt like you were at a Kiss concert. So all around them, these manhole covers are exploding and they're worried because, of course, you know, it's not safe, but you have all these people there. No one got hurt, Frank, anyways. But the video was so awesome that I know you and I probably don't have TikTok, but it goes viral every year where they say this was when it was real. There's no phones. People are in the rain and they're just playing their hearts out.
Sure.
Oh, there it is. I saw a shift. I saw you shift there. I saw it. Oh, wait till you see this, Frank. Bring your girl, Frank.
I'm trying to understand how they run
electrical wires through a sewer
in a storm sewer or anything like that. That's not intrinsically covered or safe. That's not a explosion proof or watertight situation because that's code. You can't run it in. You can't run electrical wires in a hazardous location like that. I think that's a little probably fabrication.
Oh, well, it seemed pretty specific, and it's old Buffalo, man.
Most places run storm and sanitary sewers together as well, too. So,
all right, well, okay.
And it all just goes into the water treatment plants anyways, right?
Okay.
So,
yeah. with the Iris, the song that plays. In
Yeah, that goes to the
treatment.
sewage treatment
Yeah,
plants
you'd like
too,
to flesh this down too, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right, Frank. Next category.
Yeah.
I know you're excited about this, and so let's get to it. I altered it just for your sake.
Perfect.
Which part of the song brings you the most pain?
Other than the
Can't say all
entire
of it.
thing?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
jeez.
Sorry, you have to dig deep into that wound.
It's got to be the chorus. The chorus is just, oh my goodness, I get it. It's sappy, saccharine, painful longing.
Ah,
I
yeah.
don't want
Oh,
the
yeah.
world to
Yeah.
see
No, he
me.
doesn't want the world to see him. Yeah.
Because he's a
don't
15-year-old
understand.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah, not like us, huh?
No, not
No,
at all.
we're very mature.
We're different.
We're different.
We're different types of 15.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my favorite is also that it's after the instrumental part, and then we kick into that chorus that's so cinematic. That's the word I was looking for earlier. And it's just like, oh man, I'm feeling it all.
Yeah, because the world just doesn't understand us, do they?
Frank, the world just seems to be made to be broken.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right, Frank, I know you didn't do any research. I'm going to find this out. Do you have a Billboard top 10 at all?
One of the few things of research that I actually did.
Great. Now, before you go into it, it spent 5 weeks at number 1 on the modern rock chart and a record 18 weeks on top of the Hot 100 airplay chart. In other words, Iris was the most played song on the radio for over 4 months.
Which is why you have Stockholm Syndrome.
Why don't you? Weren't you at a gas station then or no? Not, I guess no, you were at
No,
school. You were
I
on
was
your
at
way.
school,
You
yeah.
were working with your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Frank Sr. did not listen to the Goo Goo Dolls.
No, okay. So the rules for getting on the Billboard Hot 100 changed midway through the sort of era because you could only be on there if you sold singles.
Yep.
And this one wasn't because they wanted you to buy the album. This is
Yeah.
probably why the album sold so well, because Iris.
Oh, not because of the other massive names that were attached to the album, like Alanis Morissette, Sarah McLachlan, U2,
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel, all
yeah.
those guys. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah,
soundtrack.
so they had nothing to do with selling the album.
None of them were number 1 on the airplay charts for 4 straight months. This song would have been number 1 for August, September, whatever. Forget it, Brandy and Monica. This would have been the song. Because The Boy's Mind was number 1 forever in August. Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh. I bet you like that song.
I do.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Give me that top 10.
All right. So this is the real chart that Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures actually cares about. This is the Billboard Hot 100 chart. So it's not the Hot Airplay chart. This is the one that matters. So the song peaked at number 9 and went no higher the week of December 5th, 1998. Number 10, Love Like This by Faith Evans. Number 9, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Number 8, How Deep Is Your Love, Drew Hill featuring Redman.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
The First Night, Monica at 7. 6, Because of You, 98 Degrees.
Oh, okay.
Number 5, From This Moment On, Shania Twain.
Yeah, she never reaches number 1. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's bonkers.
Yeah.
Number 4, Doo-Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Number 3, Lately by Divine. It was the previous week's number 1.
Wow. Yeah. Really well remembered these days. Okay.
Nobody's Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox at number 2.
What? How was that? What? Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah.
And then number 1, I'm Your Angel, R. Kelly and Celine Dion.
Oh, that aged well. Well, it's amazing they didn't pick that R. Kelly song for the City of Angels soundtrack, but they dodged a bullet there. Huh?
Yeah, well,
Not with Butterfly Wings. Maybe it did, and that's why they dodged it. Hey, they see what I did there? Now, this song did go to number 1 in Canada for like 5 weeks.
yeah, it's unfortunate that Canadians gave it that much sort of attention.
Yeah. This was out around the same time as Torn by Imbruglia.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, okay. Well, there we go. There's our top 10. I didn't have a lot to say about those songs because I'm just angry that they would be that high, some of them. And it's forgettable and regrettable, but none of them made as much money as this song did.
So the type of song that actually even knocked it out of the top 10 the next week, Lullaby by Sean Mullins. So these two songs existed at the same time.
Same universe.
Oh, like
Wow.
it's a terrible universe. Do you know what else was in that universe at that time? 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies.
Huh. Well, We do have 1 week coming up sooner or later,
Well,
Frank.
yeah.
Okay. Do you know much about the other versions of this, cover versions of this song?
No.
All right.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. So here is Taylor Swift's version.
That just makes me sad.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. Well, I do have one I know you're into. Here's Machine Gun Kelly's version.
Oh, brutal.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you.
Yeah, that was not easy for me. I'm sorry about that, Frank.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. I want you to tell me what's the best time of year to hear this song. Actually, for you, just because it's hate episode, what's the worst time of year for you to hear this song?
Any time of the year.
I got one for you. How about Christmas morning when you open your big gift and out comes the Goo Goo Dolls to play this for you?
That would be the worst.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I think the best time to hear this is when you are outside and it's raining and you're being redeemed because your hands are up in the air and you're calling out to your soon-to-be lover's window and she's looking at you and you're asking for forgiveness. The world is broken, but between you, there is something that's healed and mended and you can carry on. But because it's raining, there's electrical wires underneath the sewers and you got to get out of there quick. Because now you're in the movies. An adventure movie, Frank. An adventure movie.
Other than the movies, when does the painful crying out to your ex-lover in the rain in the middle of the night ever pay off? There's one movie that shows it correctly. If you've seen High Fidelity,
Yeah.
John Cusack's character is yelling out to Catherine Zeta-Jones' character.
Yep.
Yeah, and it just goes incredibly poorly for him.
Yeah.
That's how it always turns out.
I feel like you're channeling your inner John Cusack High Fidelity character in your hatred of this song.
What, that I'm a musical snob here? That I enjoy good music?
I'm going to let you just kind of emote and speak it out. Okay, next up, this came up when Kaylin was on our episode. She brought up this idea of doing cameos.
Yeah.
So this is in honor of Kaylin Holmes. This is our cameo, which means what would you pay this band to do?
Stop singing. I would pay them to
No,
stop singing.
There it is. So involving this song. So I have it.
I would pay them to stop singing this song.
All right. Now, this, of course, is going to get in the way because I'm going to do the opposite, Frank. What I would have them do is I would have the Goo Goo Dolls send the song Iris. They would sing it to Carly Rae Jepsen. What I mean is they're going to play it so that she's won over to Frank Pearson before she marries this guy she's about to get married to. She'll hear Iris.
Hey, that's not cool,
Yeah.
dude.
The Goo Goo Dolls are going to save you, Frank.
Oh,
They're
my
on your
goodness.
side. And this makes
That would
it...
be... Oh,
Doesn't it
that's-
feel like the movies?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, I'm
Because
glad.
that's not going to happen. We know Carly Rae Jepsen's not going to end up with me. We know this.
Frank, look at that slight quiver in your lip. Can you hear the mandolin? And you're like, oh, okay, Johnny, it's time to go to Buffalo. It's time to put on that Bills jersey. It's time to get real. Get in the game, Frank. You, Carly Rae, the cameo.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
If this is what wins Carly Rae Jepsen over to me, then maybe I don't want Carly Rae Jepsen.
This is unbelievable. Do you even know who you are anymore, Frank?
I just want you to know who I am, Bill.
Oh, man. This isn't just a song. It's a feeling you never forget, Frank. All right. Let's move on. So let's talk about the mixtape.
Yes.
Well, I think I'll just go first because you're just giving so much hatred. There's no way we're going to cross over here.
Yeah, okay.
So I picked songs that I think Frank probably will still also hate that might be from movies.
Okay, nice.
So my first one is one you might actually like. I love this song, though, in a way that I didn't think I would. But Counting Crows, Accidentally in Love, but from the Shrek 2 soundtrack. It's
Okay.
incredible. I love that song. This one, almost love it as much, not quite. From one of your heroes in a song called Hero, not the one by Mariah Carey.
No.
but by Chad Kroeger and that other guy from the Spider-Man soundtrack.
Brutal.
They say a hero will save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. Oh, hold on to the wings of an eagle and watching them all fly away, fly away.
You're not helping the song's cause here with me, Bill, just so you're 100%
All right,
aware.
I know, I got it. All right. Next, Push from the Barbie soundtrack by Ryan Gosling. The Matchbox 20 cover.
Yeah. Okay.
What am I? That's 3 in. And then I'm just going to add one bonus one, just 4 here. Uninvited. Alanis Morissette from the City of Angels soundtrack.
Perfect.
Which is kind of funny because the song seems like the opposite of this, where it's like, no, you're uninvited.
Yeah.
Don't come around here no more. Okay. There we go. There is my mixtape. Frank, what about yours?
Okay, so mine's a twofer here. So mine are all songs where the title of the song does not show up anywhere in the lyrics,
Yep. Okay.
but these are also all songs that annoy me.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So some annoy me more than others,
All
but
right.
these are all songs that annoy me. We're going to start with Song 2 by Blur,
Woohoo. All right. Okay.
Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Oh, man. Chumbawamba is really interesting. They're like,
Oh yeah, they're
like
interesting.
a Marxist-Leninist
Yeah,
band,
oh
right?
yeah.
Okay.
They're crazy, but that song annoys me.
So far, I'm kind of digging these two songs. For a bit.
And unfortunately, you're going to dig this one too, because I know that you dig this song. Jumper by Third Eye Blind.
Oh, it's such a good song.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
I was going to put
it's
Third Eye
not.
Blind on there just to anger you, even though it wasn't really a big movie soundtrack song. Okay.
And I'm finishing it all off with What's Up by Four Non Blondes.
Oh, man. Written with the guy from Third Eye Blind. They would
Yeah.
sing back and forth to each
Yeah.
other. Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one. What's going... Wait a second. What's it called?
What's Up?
Don't they say that in the song?
No, they say What's Going On.
Oh, gotcha. You didn't put Lullaby on there.
No, because he says lullaby in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not Rockabye. But he does both.
He does both,
Okay.
but he does... Because I was looking it up because I hate that song.
I can't believe
so
you had
much.
to do that, though.
I know.
Yeah.
This researching for this episode has just angered me so much.
Oh, I'm so glad we could do that. Let's see. This is a minor category. Did Ashley make me turn this song off when I was playing it in the kitchen?
100% yes.
She did not.
Oh.
She came in and then she hummed along with it as she walked through.
Oh,
And this morning, she was talking to me about the sermon she has to write. And then I said, well, I'm also doing this podcast episode on Iris. And it felt a lot like the ending of Fargo, where the main character's husband is telling her about the stamp he didn't get. And she's like, oh, but the 3-cent stamp's really good. You're going to use this stamp, or the 1-cent stamp. And so she's talking about her life and his life. And so Ashley's trying to come up with a sermon. I'm like, well, I'm doing Iris. She goes, oh, you're doing songs from my era now, because this is now kind of leaning into that sort of era.
yeah.
And she didn't really say whether she liked it or not. I think she said it wasn't a song that she turns off, so that's already a big plus here. But I do want to get to guilt-free pleasures, our namesake here, and about guilt. This is
Okay.
a big one. I mean, I know you're going to feel that later on, and I just want you to know that I forgive you already. All's forgiven now, Frank, just like the Goo Goo Dolls sang in that one song. Okay. All right. So he said the following. When our band got some mainstream success, this is John Resnick talking, I was happy, but part of me also felt ashamed, as if I had done something wrong. I know that sounds insane, but because I did get a weird reaction from some people in our scene, it was like, you guys have sold out. You just write pop songs. You're on a major label. And here it is, Frank. This is a big part. That really brought up some feelings of guilt and shame. But then I thought, what did I do wrong other than being honest with myself? Write a good song. In retrospect, it was silly to feel that way, but it was just weird. Robbie and I lost a couple friends during that time. Once again, looking back on it, it was a time of really raw emotion. Well, hey, Johnny Resnick, I want you to know that you can take that guilt and shame away. You're here with Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures, or if I could say today, Bill's Guilt-Free Pleasures, and Frank's Yelling at the Clouds.
Yeah. Well, I'm also updating my Tinder account right
I'm
now. 'cause I've
watching you, and
completely
you
checked
stopped
out.
listening to me. That's
yeah.
okay. Listen, we should probably at some point just work through some of the songs we have done just to see if it holds up to the Frank test, where he's attacked songs for being, what was the word you used? Shallow?
Shallow, drivel, melodramatic, emotionally manipulative. Yeah, I think that's about it.
That sounds fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, when you call something shallow, I just think Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And that song is awesome.
Yeah, that song's amazing, but that's not the same thing.
Well, Frank, I hope one day we can get you into the deep, deep ocean of the Goo Goo Dolls. But until then, we're all patiently waiting. And Frank, you're forgiven.
You've been listening to Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures.
When everything's made to be broken.